been a long journey, but we're finally ready to get LS 5.0 on the dyno. We've got our intake manifolds ready, the engine in the back of the truck, and tomorrow we'll head down to Outlaw Race Engines in Phoenix and drop the engine off to get it on the dyno. Then we'll finally see what this thing can do. The original LS vs. Coyote shootout was where we pitted an LS3 engine versus a Gen 1 Coyote engine, both with a $9,999 budget, to see how the two stacked up in peak power, average power, power per cubic inch, and usable power curve. In that competition, the Coyote was a Gen 1 long block with Manley rods and pistons with the stock crankshaft, making 11.3 to 1 compression. The stock heads were outfitted with Comp Stage 3 camshafts, Comp valve springs and retainers, Boss 302 timing components, and a Boss 302 intake manifold. On the dyno, the engine made 510 horsepower at 7,600 RPM and 398 pound-feet of torque. We need to thank Mahle Motorsport for sponsoring this episode of EngineLabs Builds. Mahle's 6.0 and 6.2 liter LS Dome Power Pack piston kits offer an easy way to up the compression of your LS build. Forged from premium 2618 aluminum alloy, the pistons use a slipper skirt design to shave weight while maximizing strength. It also allows for a shorter wrist pin to be used, which not only shaves weight, but resists flexing better than a longer pin. Speaking of wrist pins, the Power Pack piston kit not only comes with pistons, but also wrist pins and a premium piston ring package with 1mm top rings, 1mm second rings, and 2mm oil rings included. Mahle Power Packs are more than just a piston. They're a powerful combination of forged pistons, wrist pins, clips, and piston rings in a cohesively engineered package for engine builders who demand uncompromising reliability and performance. Now, it's time to hop in the truck and head to Outlaw. All right, we're here at Outlaw Race Engines in Phoenix, Arizona to dyno LS 5.0, but I'm here with Richard. Richard, tell me a little bit about that Outlaw.
So Outlaw started in 2017 over off of Bethany and 55th Avenue in a little 3,500 square foot shop, just as a machine shop only, actually. We didn't do anything with cars. We didn't have an engine dyno even at that time, but then as we grew in 2018, we moved to this building. Then engine dyno, hub dyno, full machine shop, and made it a service center.
Well, I noticed, we did a quick little walkthrough, and you guys do everything. I mean, there's a full build shop, a full machine shop. There's everything under the sun back there. It's not just late model stuff. I saw some pretty cool complimentary stuff. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about that. Hopefully, LS 5.0 is going to be fun for you guys. It's not quite complimentary. I'm not even going to. I don't even want to say those two words in the same sentence.
Yeah.
But we're going to spin pretty high. And so I have the utmost confidence that you guys are going to extract every horsepower out of that. So I'm really excited for that. So why don't we get back, and because it's on the dyno, and let's get to making some noise.
Let's go.
Okay, so to recap, Project LS 5.0. This all started as a back of napkin type of project. I built an engine in CompCam's dyno simulator in order to answer a question we had from the first LS vs. Coyote challenge we had. So I built a 5-liter LS, and on paper, it looked like a great idea. So we started building it in real life. Unfortunately, we started building this at the beginning of 2020. We all know what happened in 2020 and 2021, 2022. So this has taken a while. But the idea behind this was to mimic the rule set loosely of the original LS vs. Coyote shootout. So that means 11.3 to 1 compression, 91 octane, no exotic materials, street style intake, and a $10,000 budget. Well, because we were doing this, 6 years after the original LS vs. Coyote, we had to adjust the budget for inflation, but this came in significantly under the budget cap. So much so that we could have carbon fiber. Stock 4.8 liter crankshaft. It's a Gen 4 engine, so it's a 58X reluctor wheel. We've got Manley rods and diamond pistons in it. Up top, we use the 799 heads that came stock on the LY2 core engine, CNC ported by Lingenfelter, with 2.02-inch intake and 1.575-inch exhaust hollow stem stainless steel valves. We used an off-the-shelf comp cam, comp Evo hydraulic roller lifters, XDA push rods, and comp BSR rockers. In order to perform higher in the RPM range, we used a Holley low ram intake manifold with a Performance Designs 105mm carbon fiber lid with a Holley EFI mechanical throttle body. And it's just an all-around budget-focused, naturally aspirated LS engine that hopefully will spin to 8,000 RPM. And ideally, the premise, going all the way back to the beginning, is that we can make an LS that has the same power and the same power band as the Coyote in the original LS versus Coyote. So the only thing left to do now is for us to go fire it up and make some noise and see if it's gonna do what we hope it'll do. So we've made a few pulls. Where are we at? What's going on?
So far looking pretty good. We've made a couple short pulls, starting at 55, 6, then 65. It's getting better each time. We just tried a degree of timing there, picked it up another 10, so we're gonna look at the tune-up and make some more adjustments and see what we can pick up from here.
Okay, cool. And everything's looking good and nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, I know our oil pressure's a little high, but
yeah, oil pressure's a touch high, which will kill some power. But everything else looks really good. The engine looks real smooth. It doesn't look like there's any issues so far, so it looks really, really nice.
Okay, and the number we got to, we're at 450, but that's only spinning it to 6,500.
Yep, 450 at 6,500, so we're going to turn it up to 7,000 here and see what we do.
All right, sounds good. All right, so it looks like we bumped at the RPM a little bit. We finally made a 7,500 RPM pull. Nothing came apart. But what are you seeing on the data?
The engine looks good. It's like in every fuel correction and timing correction we do make, so I still think we have some left in it. I think probably another 10, to be honest. By the time we look at some plugs here, read some stuff, maybe try a different plug, and then pull a little bit of fuel out of it. I think we might be able to get to 490 if everything goes well, maybe 500, but all we can do is try.
Okay.
Plateau. That was it, man.
Yep. All right, so we've hit the plateau. We made fuel and timing changes and it didn't change anything on the dyno, which means we're there.
Yeah, made a couple more changes. Yeah, it's plateaued now and everything we've done and tried plugs, fuel, timing, looking at everything, and that's about all it's got for this combo, I think. So,
okay, so now we're gonna go do that dual quad lid and see how much that picks up.
Yep, hopefully we can see quite a bit more gain.
Okay. We had an ace up our sleeve. When Holley originally sent the low ram and 105mm throttle body, they also sent their dual 4150 flange plenum lid along with a pair of their 1000 CFM 4-barrel throttle bodies. The idea behind that being, in a small displacement, high RPM application, the extra airflow along with the more direct path to the intake ports would net gains on the dyno. So we took off the 12 bolts, swapped intake lids, and got back on the dyno.
Even when you raised it up?
Yeah. What's it, 13.0 still?
13.2.
Oh, you took some more out of it?
Put it back. Yeah, put it back.
Put 12.8, put another degree in.
Put a degree. Shop back on it.
Hey, yep. All right, so we swapped to the dual quad lid.
Yep.
And other than fighting the idle a little bit, we made a couple pulls and it's showing some promise, right?
Yeah. Definitely showing some promise. Definitely made more torque, more power. Moved it up a couple hundred RPM to make peak, but so far it's looking really good.
Okay, so and we still have more to work with it because it didn't lay over like the front facing lid did.
Yes, we do have some more room. We're going to try some more things here to see if we can't find some more power.
All right, sounds good. It liked that degree.
It did.
I saw 510 on that one.
Yeah, whether it prints it or not.
Yeah.
That's got to print one, but it's going to print 507 or 508 or something.
So okay, so what's our number? It's 508 at
7390.
Okay.
And 405 at 4904.
okay.
So we definitely, you know, as the test was concluded, it looks like that's the best we made with it, 508 and 405. With all the tuning, different timing, different air fuels. We tried everything we could possible to get there, and we got just a couple numbers short.
All right, so we're done for the day. We peaked at 508.
Yep.
And what, 405 pound-feet of torque.
Mm-hmm.
So some observations. We are about 400 RPM short of our peak that we estimated.
Yes.
We are right there with the Coyote.
Yep.
So what do you see as being a path for improvement at this point?
With the same combo as it sits right now, we probably could try maybe a different camshaft. I don't really know what else to try other than that. Maybe some cylinder heads if you really wanted to get, you know, try different port design or different, you know, maybe a different manifold, maybe a higher one, something like that. So that's probably really it. We've tried a lot of stuff today, so I feel like we've got a pretty good idea what we may be able to try next time.
Okay, so now you mentioned camshaft. From what you're seeing, because we're in the mid-range of a shelf cam.
Yes.
So their comp actually has, I think, 3 or 4 cams larger that would get us from the, 603, 610 lift into like the 620s and 630s.
Yes.
And then it would also add, we could add a significant amount of duration off the shelf.
Yeah, and it just all depends on if the manifold likes it. There's other things that come into play at that point, but without changing either the manifold, trying some things there, or trying different camshaft with this manifold combo, we don't really know. Is it the cam that's left us short, or is it the manifold throttle body setup that's left us short, or is it the cylinder head design? There's all those to take into play, so you just gotta start trying more stuff.
Yep, and that, LS 5.0 is a science experiment, so it's time for us to try some new stuff, I think. I'll be honest with you guys, I want to process this and not just speak off the cuff, so we'll probably be jumping back to my shop for a conclusion. So until then, I will see you in a couple seconds. After taking some time to reflect, We did match the Coyote's performance and power band from the first LS vs Coyote, but we did it outside of that rule set, with the dual quad throttle bodies. Also, oil pressure was way too high for this, so we have two options. Call it a day and move on to LS 5.0 version 2.0, or call a mulligan and take another shot at trying to hit that 510 horsepower number within that original rule set. Well, because I don't like walking away from a challenge, I'm going to call a mulligan here. What does that mean? Well, we're going to swap out the short ram lower intake for a high ram base, add a little bit more camshaft, and swap to a Melling 10295 oil pump. The goal in doing that is to match the Coyote's numbers with a forward-facing intake lid, and then beat it with the dual quad lid. From there, we'll be able to move on to the version 2.0 parts that have been sitting in the shop, patiently waiting for their time to shine, and really get wild in the small bore high RPM world. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you do so that you don't miss any LS 5.0 updates or any of our EngineLabs build episodes. We have a lot more cool engine content coming, so until then, I'll catch you in the next one.